in the West, a border battle that brings together two schools fighting for a bronze boot. A tribute to a former ROTC instructor, the Bronze Boot is the ultimate prize in today's resumption of the border war. Great to have you with us from Canvas Stadium in Fort Collins, Colorado. It's the Wyoming Cowboys and the Colorado State Rams. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe will be keeping an eye on things on the sideline. And the Cowboys will put boot to leather, and this will be the start of a new season. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Finds his man. It's Robinson. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Hand off for Brown. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Right back to him on the ground. Maybe some room here. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The border war over the Bronze Boot dates back to 1899, but the introduction of the Bronze Boot trophy was started as part of a mutual agreement between each school's respective ROTC departments.
What?
There he goes. Big time run on that one as he goes out of bounds right at the 10.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Some misdirection with the counter. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And all defenses talk about it. Sacks, tackles for a loss, affecting the quarterback the best way you can. The first drive of the game, already getting home. Nice start for this defense.
Splits the uprights. Good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
They got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Calls his slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Dropping back, it's Hughes. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Faced with a third and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Moves away as he feels pressure. Crosses the 45. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Man, you got to lock in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the read plays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Harris. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Hughes. Pressure coming. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Ball was incomplete. I think you got to give a lot of credit to this defense up front. That pass rush, they were coming on that play. Got after the quarterback, got in his face, and did not let him feel comfortable.
They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. Gets rid of it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. Past the 30. The 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Colorado State.
And that's one the quarterback would love to have back. At this point in the game, it's tight on the scoreboard, and if that guy's not open, nothing's there. You got to throw that thing away, or you got to tuck it and run, take a sack, live to play another down. That's a decision the quarterback wishes he had back.
Yeah, because you're so frustrated because you're in a position to get points. And, right, when you start getting down there, Palmer, they talk to you all the time. Don't give away points. Make sure you're smart with the football. Don't try to do too much. He tries to do too much. He pays for it, and the defense takes it all the way back to the end zone.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. The give to the back. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've reached a break. Colorado State is on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. To the air, it's Hughes. Just a short pass to the tight end. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
And they run the option, and you can just tell, man, the timing of that wasn't set up well, and the quarterback looked a little bit clunky, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Release to the back. The short hands, it's Harris. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Sends it back in motion. Snap from the gun on third down. Got it. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Spits it out to the back and wings it incomplete. They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Hughes. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And as a quarterback, man, you have to have a short memory, right? Be able to put mistakes behind you. He threw an interception last possession. Who cares? Nice job coming out, getting organized, getting the play down, having confidence, and now they're moving the ball right down the field.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
In these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Wyoming.
There's really never any doubt with this guy. The coaching staff always talks about his leadership and his mental toughness. That was a bad interception on the opening drive, but he's able to turn the page and show you his short-term memory and just come out and stay aggressive, sling it around a little bit, and this offense is able to answer with a touchdown of their own.
And how nice is it if you're a coordinator to have a guy like that you can depend on? Like, he doesn't dwell on the one mistake. He doesn't let it turn into two. A lot of times you can see that snowball effect, man. Just a nice bounce back for him individually and for this offense to put the early turnover behind him.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Now on first down from the 28. A run for the quarterback. Picks up the first down. Finding some room. The 20. 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Rams.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Hughes. Got a man. It's Harris. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Cowboys want to crank the tempo. Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side now. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no huddle.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. The option look. Quick toss. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarter.
Got it down the field. To the house. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Cowboys.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wide receiver going in motion. Makes the grab in their space. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown, Colorado State. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Fires quickly, and the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Dropping back, it's Hughes. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Just going to keep it after the snap. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. The Rams will hustle to the line. Back to throw, time running short in the half. With the catch, it's Brown. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Rams will snap it on 1st and 10.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. He's knocked down short game. Maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Rifles it down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Quarterback moving. He'll pull it down. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to pass, it's Hughes. Oh, they're after him. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Not a lot of room to work. He made sure that football was secured. It'll be 3rd down. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with Baylor taking on the Auburn Tigers. And it's the Bears looking to get the job done on the road. Right now it's early, but they lead this season opener. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Wyoming's offense heads out to get this drive started. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
The run inside. It's Harris. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. Scanning the field, it's Hughes. Got it. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lofts one high and deep. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on fourth down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot. In a sudden change situation, let me see if I can throw one deep and make this team pay for not getting that fourth down.
Handoff to Durrell. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. The offense changing the play. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
No good. The lead is still in double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
And that comes up short, and I tell you what, we saw him in warm-ups. He's got that leg, man. He hit from 60 a couple times, so he can make that deep shot, but he didn't get all of it, and the field goal just falls a little bit short.
On the run, it's Harris. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to throw. It's Hughes. Quickly to the tight end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Well, this tight end can run these crossing patterns, and he can catch the ball against man coverage or zone coverage. That time, nice job seeing the ball in, helping his QB out.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Motion from the back. On the move. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a design quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks,
Could be an alley. Touchdown, Colorado State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Running inside. It's Harris. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
They've got the screen set up. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've reached a break. Colorado State is on top. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Harris. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Back to throw, it's Hughes. Rushes on him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Lets it go. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Oh, what a move. There's a crease. He's at the touchdown, Mustard and Brown. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Man, how nice is it to be down, and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back, and he can make big plays like that. Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back into the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit whole, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves, too. I don't know if in this 2-minute type situation, if they're expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up for this defense.
The Rams offense on the field and ready to get started. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit.
Oh, he's got some space. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Motion from the wideout. The run inside. It's Mosley. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll move the wide receiver. Now on the move. Here's a little room there. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down.
As sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
It'll be a gain of 6, sets up second and 4.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
The Rams can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this third and short. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Quarterback making checks. From the gun on third down. Steps away to find some room. Trying to make magic with his feet. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
And I like that a lot by this defense. Like understanding This guy's a threat. He's already shown you he will take off and run the football, treating him like a running back, playing pass, but understanding that can happen, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. The option, he'll keep it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. They convert the 4th down, but back to the line with no time to waste.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. Under fire. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Man, you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job by the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there. Broke on the football. Almost had the big play.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. One of the great rivalries in the West comes to a close with the Rams taking the victory. There will be partying in Fort Collins tonight. This has been a presentation of